Welcome back, and in this tutorial I'll be taking us through the process of how this design was created on Pixel Lab. So if this is your first time visiting my YouTube channel, kindly click on the subscribe button and also hit the notification icon to receive updates and get notified anytime I release a new video. So the first thing you need to do here is to set your image size. So to do that, come to this part here, then click on image size. So I made use of 4000 by 500. That's the size for Instagram posts. So after setting that, I made the background black. To do that, just come to color, you select black. Then the next thing is to import the PNGs I used here. So let's have a closer look at this. So if you observe closely, you will see at the point where this hand holding the burger is entering the phone, you would observe it's under the phone, but by the point when it's coming out, you can see it's on the phone. So it's very easy. It's not a mock-up. It was manipulated on Pixel Lab here. So to do that, we'll be importing every of the PNG used. So I'll be providing a link in the description to download every of the PNG used. So for now, we don't need the screenshot here. So these are the PNG. So the first thing you should do is let's put the images to size. I think let's increase them a little bit. Okay. So yeah, I think this, okay, let me reduce it a bit. I think this will do just fine. Then the picture of the phone, you bring it, you let it be at the top, and you make sure this hamburger is extending out of the phone a little bit. So after that, what you need to do is you can lock each of the pictures you have there. Then you duplicate the phone PNG, duplicate it, then you place the second one directly on the first one you have there on the screen. Place it directly on it, so you have to make sure it's directly on it. So I think here it's directly on it. So what you should do now is take one of them, let it be underneath the burger, the hand holding the burger, because one is here and one is at the top. So for the one that is underneath the burger, you leave that for now. Let's start with the one at the top. The one at the top, what you are going to do is you are going to erase. You come to your eraser. Once you tap the one at the top, once you tap on it, you come to your eraser icon here. Then you clean these parts, because we need these parts. Okay, you need this part to be visible. Should not be. We need this part to be not sure. We need this part so it won't be visible. So we need to clean it out. We don't need it. Sorry, we don't need it. So now, once you clean out that part, you'll be having something like this. So it's very easy. Let me go over it again. So you have something like this. I said all you need to do is what? Duplicate the phone. Yeah, duplicate it. After duplicating, make sure it's directly under it, which is what we have here. Then you take one of them under the hamburger. You can see under the hand holding the burger. Take one under it. The one at the top, all you just need to do is come to your eraser icon, then clean out this part, because we don't need it. We don't want it to be showing, and you have something like this. If you look closely at this part, there's a little bit of lapses there. That means you did not perfectly align the picture, so you can do that by moving it to place, and you can see you have created the effect there. So having done that, we can proceed with the design. So you can lock each of the layers used here. So the next thing is adding the main text here, which is Burger King. So in capital letter. So you'll be having burger first. So you increase the size. Yeah, so I used color yellow, which I think would work very well with it. So the color code, if you want to use exact color, is FFCC02. So it is it here. So you can just impute it in your own Pixel Lab and just type it there. So that's for that. So the font I also used is, so it seems the text there has moved. So let's bring them down the way it's supposed to be. Yeah, so the next thing we should do now is choosing our fonts. So the fonts I used is let's see, luckiest guy. If you're having this Pixel Pro, you should have it under the font here. So just search for it. So just search for it here, but not to waste time. I've used it already, so it's my recent. So the name of the font is luckiest guy. If you don't have this Pixel Pro and you want to download, check my previous video. I showed you how you can get it. I kept a link in the description where you can download this Pixel app and every other mod applications you can use for your design. So going on with that, so and increase the size, okay, to about, let's see, I think it's okay this way, 138. Then you move on to rotating, not rotating, curve. So I think, yeah, so this is alright. So the curve, then you also rotate it a little bit because it's looking as rotated to the other side. Yeah. So you have this. So the next thing, I gave the burger a little bit of effect. So the first effect I gave it was a stroke. So make the stroke color black, then leave it to around, let's say, one or two. Then you come to shadow. You give the shadow the same color you initially used, which is yellow. So the blur radius to 0, then outer glow. Then you come to your offset x, so you can leave that at 2 or 3. Then you mark it. Now going back to our stroke, I think our stroke width of 1 isn't enough, so let's make it 3. Okay, I think it's okay with 3. Yeah, it's okay, let's go with 2. So let's go with 2. So far what have I done? First, you give it stroke width of 2, shadow effects of 3, and make sure the blur of your shadow is on 0. As you can see, blur on 0, then shadow effect, then all the offset x, make sure it's on 3, then enable outer glow. So that's all we have done here. So one more effect, which is inner shadow, just to give it a little bit of depth. So for the inner shadow, we're making use of black, but not entirely black. So this is what we're doing. We're making use of this. So you can see normally if it's here, it's going to be black. So but bringing it, you're making it colorless. So you can just let it stay somewhere around here. Then the blur radius, okay, you can put that to 0. Then the offset x, you can adjust that. You can, okay, let the blur radius be in 0. So for the color, the black is still too visible. You can keep editing that so you have what you want. Then you can just, okay, so for that, make use of a very light dark color. Then your blur radius on 1, your offset x on 5, your offset y on 0. Then here you have this. Then all you need to do is duplicate it, then change it to king, then reduce the size. Yeah, reduce the size. So reduce the size to about let's see, 101. I think this is okay. 101. So I think we need to rotate this a little bit. Yeah. So now to move both of them to front. So once you tap on, I don't think I've explained this. So once you tap on your layers, you tap this part, and then you mark the layers you want to move at the same time. So I'll be moving the burger and the king. So after marking the two of them, you tap this second icon here, and you tap the arrow button. You can easily move two of them at the same time. So I think we are done with that. You can lock the layer too. So the next thing is adding, oh sorry, adding the shape. So for the shape, you increase the size of the shape, then you give it a gradient color. So for the gradient color, I've created a particular gradient color, but I'm going through how I created the gradient color. So once you come to your gradient, you tap the plus icon. This is the color I use for the design here. So you tap on after, okay, let me close this. Okay, I can't leave. Let me start from a random gradient color. So this is what you can have, something like this as a default. So you come to the plus icon, you edit it. So the gradient I need is one moving from left to right, as you can see here. So the color here I'm making use of the yellow I used. So you can just check the color code from the original design and you input it here. Exactly. So then for this you can use the same color, but you'll be reducing the lightness or the actual opacity by dragging this a little bit downwards this way. So same thing, just tap on plus icon, then you have that there. So that's where you have created the gradients. All you just need to do is bring it down, bring it down. Let's see. So you can also lock that. Then you'll be adding the text. So it's just a little bit of contact details for anyone who wants to get the burger, so they can contact them. So that will have visit our website, and okay, www dot, yeah. So we have this with making use of color black. Then the font we'll be using is railway. So for the heading here, that is the website. Let's use railway bold. Then for the one at the bottom, railway lights. So you can give different fonts. You can give your text different fonts. You just highlight them and give them the desired font. So let's reduce the size a bit. So let's align it to the center, then a little bit of vertical space. So let's centralize this, and let's see. Okay, we need to move this up a little bit. Okay, so I think this is centered already. So once you are done with that, you can also lock it. Then the last part of the video of the design is the discount. So you create the shape, then change the shape to a circle. Then if you're editing a shape, I think it's always better you finalize whatever editing you are giving it. Yeah, if you are just creating the shape then adding a stroke, the stroke won't be perfect. So okay, let me just show you what I mean here. So if I'm adding a stroke to this after creating it, so let's say I'm using yellow, you can see the stroke isn't exactly a second. So this is why I always advise you, whatever editing you want to do it while you are still on this page. So I want to make it small. Then color yellow, stroke width, I think let me give it black. Yeah, black. So the stroke can make that two. Then okay, I think that will be all for now. So once you're done with that, you can then come on to shadow, increase it, then making use of yellow, blur radius to 0, then your offset x. Okay, you can put offset y to, okay, by -1. Yeah, I think, yeah. So for your shadow, you're making use of color yellow, then your blur radius to 0, your offset x to 4, offset y to -1. So I think we'd need to give it a little bit of stroke here, a little more width. Yeah, so you have this. So the next thing is let's add the text there. Then 10%. We'll be making use of color black. Color black. Then I need a bold font for this. I would have used railway, but the fonts aren't even. Well, let me check. Can say it's not bold enough. So I'm making use of Montserrat black. Yeah, so it's very bold. So duplicating that, I'm making use of, okay, I'm typing off here. So 10% off. It's more like a discount flyer. Then that also be color black, but I won't be making use of Montserrat bold here. I'll be making use of let's see. Let's try railway lights. That won't be too light. Okay, I think that's okay. Let me use bold, railway bold. Let's see how that looks. So making use of railway bold, I think, yeah, we are done with that. So all you need to do is lock that. So and always remember to save your work. You can always save as a project. Okay, let's see, Burger King. So in case anything happens, you have something to fall back on. So the next thing is okay, I think this shape here isn't having the same color. Let's see. Okay, it's a gradient we created. So the gradient isn't having the color it's meant to have. So you can edit that and give it the right color. So it's meant to be brighter. I notice it's not as bright as it's meant to be. So like I said before, reduce the opacity of this, then same thing here. So I'm picking a color from the shape we have initially created. So reducing the opacity, you have this. So I think okay, yeah, it's rhyming now. So the next thing is one more thing, the screenshot here. So we're making use of that now. So for the screenshot, it will be at the back, but let's take it to the front first. So let's check the size and see their proportion also. I think let me just cut out this black part here. Same thing for the bottom of the screenshot. So you have something like this. So you can then increase the design size. Then next thing you do is 3D rotates. So for your y axis, you can rotate this to about let's see, minus 23. It's minus 23. Yeah, I think so. Take it to back, and this is what we have. So as you can see, so for the black edges you are seeing around that phone, I will tell you what to do about that. So it's from the phone PNG. All you just need to do is come to erase color, then change your color to black, then increase the tolerance. It will disappear gradually, but make sure your tolerance is not at the maximum, else it will delete parts of the image. It should be okay on 27. So do the same thing for the second phone PNG. Erase color, change it to black. Just tap on this part, then change to black, then increase the tolerance to about 29. Yeah. So and you have this. So the next thing is your stickers. So from your sticker, those of us that have this pixel app, you come and you select let's see, okay, this one over here. Then you change the color to yellow. So include it a bit, then just put it somewhere around here. Take it to back. Then you duplicate it. You take it to the back here. Yeah, okay. I think that looks nice. So lock both layers to avoid unnecessary movement. Then the next thing is your draw tool. Select color yellow, your pen size on let's see, 4, smoothness on 100. Don't touch radius, blur radius. So just your pen size to 4, then smoothness to 100, then select color yellow. Now we are going to be drawing. You can decide to zoom in if you know you don't trust your hand, and we'll just be creating a kind of pattern around this. Okay, I think our setting is gone. So you set it again, then okay, sorry, color yellow. So you'll be drawing before tapping the mark icon. So you just try to create a pattern of what is here. Okay, that doesn't look nice. So let's do that again. So you can tap on the eraser and also erase stuffs here. So I'm back with that pen. Make sure it's on 4. So I'm just trying to create a nice pattern around the burger. Okay, you know what? Okay, so let's see what we have. Okay, this doesn't still look good. let's delete and draw again. So you have to be very careful here, so you won't create a pattern that doesn't make sense. Okay, sorry about that. So consume here and let's draw. Yeah, I think this is okay. And for the other part too, you can have something like this too. Okay, this doesn't look good. No. Okay, let's see what we have. So this is what we have. Then let's adjust the whole phone and the stroke to the center of the design. So this is what we have drawn. Then this is a part of the phone, and this, so you mark them all together, then just centralize them in the design. So this is what you have. Then I we are done with the design. Then you save as projects. So Bola King, you can replace the old project you have saved. Then you also save your image as image. So that's for that. Then you can decide to change the background from purely black. So I'll be making use of a background I downloaded and edited some time ago. So this is it here. So I'll be cropping these parts I don't need. So I'm making use of this, and here you have it. You can also save this as image. Then for the last and final part of the design, we're making use of an app, Photoshop Express app. It's a very useful app. Yeah, very useful app. So we'll be coming over here to edit the design. So for this, so what you'd be doing is you come over to this part here. You have something like this at default. You come to the second part here, then you tap on grunge. So you select grunge one, then you reduce it. So you reduce it. Then coming over here to the fourth part here, you come to grain, then you increase this. So it's just to give your design some kind of texture that looks nice. So once you're done, you share and you save to gallery. So you can go over to check the design you've created, and there you have it, your design. So that will be all on this video. So if you found this video helpful, kindly drop a comment and don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel if you haven't.